Hello and welcome to TTV News with some latest events across the country and province. Ladies and gentlemen, implementing the growth of attractive investment in the agricultural sector, especially high-tech agriculture, TayNinhTV Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, in coordination with the Department of Planning and Investment, has advised the Provincial Risk Committee to issue a list of investment projects in the province for 2024.
Accordingly, there are 9 investment projects in the agricultural sector in the province with a total area of nearly 468 hectares, and this includes 6 high-tech livestock areas in Tayngchau district, 2 high-tech agricultural production and processing process with an area of nearly 175 hectares in Tayngchau and Yuminchau districts, 1 high-tech agricultural production and livestock area project in Tayngchau district. And currently, the agricultural sector continues to attract and support a large-scale modern investment projects to develop the province's agricultural production and livestock chain in coordination with the Department of Land Investment. Opinions were given on 6 high-tech livestock area projects of Hung Nhung Group Joint Stock Company and 1 project of Fulham Agricultural Services Trading Company Limited.
In August 2024, the functional sectors have done a good job of inspecting and closely monitoring import and export goods, transit goods, means of transport and passengers entering and exiting the province, preventing hotspots in the management area. The Customs Force has closely coordinated with the border in these activities as Portuguese in accordance with the site coordination plan. In addition, the work of monitoring and controlling the situation of import, export, and transit of goods, people, and means of transport through Portuguese has been strictly implemented, ensuring security and order. On the side of the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development of the province, it continues to do a good job of quarantine of animals and animal products leaving the province. In the coming time, the units will continue to coordinate closely with each other in controlling import and export and immigration to protect economic security and social order and safety in the border area. Ladies and gentlemen, currently the province is mobilizing resources from the entire political system, from the province to the grassroots, to focus on implementing solutions to accelerate the progress of compensation and site clearance for key projects and works for socio-economic development in the province.
Focusing on site clearance preparation of materials for the key projects and works, especially Ho Chi Minh City Mobile Go Dầu Sa Mạc Expressway Project, TN8787B 789 Regional Connecting Road Component Project 2 of TT787B Road and other key projects in the province. The People's Committee of the province has also directed that projects and works under the implementation must accelerate the progress, disperse funds as soon as the completed volume is accepted, overcome the subjective, inactive situation, and concentrate disbursement in the last months of the year, leading to failure to complete the site plan. Disbursement of public investment capital must be associated with ensuring the quality of works and projects and avoiding negativity, loss, and waste.
Dear audience, welcoming the Independence Day of the country, once again, our people affirm their steadfast belief in the leadership of the Communist Party of Vietnam. That belief is increasingly sustainable as we achieve more achievements in building and developing our homeland. Through each period, every TayNinhTV resident has witnessed changes in their homeland, from greenfields of rice, sugarcane, cassava, rubber, to large-scale farms. That industrial parks modern production lines contribute to the annual economic growth of the locality. The transportation system connects throughout the localities. That is the result of each citizen's small contribution to the development of the homeland and the country. On September 2nd, everyone was excited. Young people have jobs in industrial and economic zones. Their family has stable material life and conditions to ensure security and order in the place of residence. People completely trust the party and the management of state activities. So in my opinion, it's excellent. Promoting the tradition of a heroic couple has many innovations. People are very excited, especially in building a new rural area for this commune. The achievements of socio-economic security and national defense have developed very well. The country and homeland of TayNinh are changing every day. Every day, there are more works serving the people so that today's young people can enjoy and inherit. As a young person who enjoys peace from the sacrifice of our ancestors, I strive to study to contribute to building my homeland. Respecting history, looking to the future, the people of TayNinh homeland vow to preserve and cultivate the glorious tradition of our ancestors. Ladies and gentlemen, in August 2024, the security, political, social, economic, and cultural situation in TayNinh, both inland and border areas, was maintained and stable. This is a favorable condition for the total import-export turnover in the province to increase sharply compared to the same period last year.
Accordingly, the total import-export turnover of TayNinh reached over $1.4 billion, an increase of 28.6% over the same period last year, of which the export turnover reached for $865.4 million, an increase of 31.66%, and the import turnover reached for $629.7 million, an increase of 24.64%. In addition, the number of vehicles entering and exiting the province border gates also increased, with a total of 3,268 and up to 4.95% over the same period last year, of which the number of vehicles leaving the country was 1,702, up to 7.38%, and the number of vehicles entering the country was 1,566, up to 2.42%. And these impressive results were achieved thanks to the efforts of the entire political system, the consensus of the people and the businesses, along with the timely support from the authority policies, helping TayNinh continue to develop stably and sustainably.
In the development of the agricultural sector, TayNinh province aims to achieve an average product value of over 150 million Vietnam dong per hectare per year by 2030. To achieve the set target, the Provincial Department of Agriculture has proposed many solutions, including focusing on developing crop cultivation in a circular, low-carbon, eco-friendly direction, directing crop production towards a circular economic model. Researching and transferring crop varieties with high yield, good quality, resistant to pests and diseases, adapting to climate change and meeting diverse market demands, reserving, restoring, exploiting and developing indigenous and endemic crop varieties with high economic value associated with ecological zones and geographical indications, encouraging economic sectors to invest in research and production of varieties in the direction of modern industry, promote public-private partnerships in research, production and supply of high-quality, disease-free plants. Ladies and gentlemen, TayNinh has many advantages in natural conditions to develop aquaculture and fishing, with the irrigation works of Dieu Tiếng Lake, Saigon, and Vàm Cỏ Đồng rivers flowing through the area, along with a dense system of canals and ditches. However, in recent years, the situation of water pollution in rivers and ditches and overexploitation of fishing activities has become more and more serious, threatening natural aquatic resources.
With more than 30 years of experience in fishing, Mr. Nguyễn Thành Chánh, 63 years old, residing in Bao Tép Hamlet, Tinh Thuận Cơ Mưa, the Bến Cầu district, cannot stick with a professional due to the sharp decline in aquatic resources. The fish used to be very abundant. If I spread a net, I could rest for 3 to 4 days and still have money. But now, working from night to the morning, I can earn from 2 to 3,000 and there's no fish anymore. It seems that the fish in Vàm Cỏ River have decreased by 80 to 90%. In the past, the farmers would go to the fields, and if they wanted to eat fish, they could go down to the ditch or drain the pond to fight. And now it's difficult and there are no fish left. The amount of fish in Dieu Tiếng Lake has decreased by 70% and the people are now suffering. They are all old, they can't even make a living, and now there are too many people working in this lake and the fish have decreased. Where can we get enough to live? According to TayNinhTV Provincial Sub-Department of Animal Husbandry and Health, the exploitation of aquatic products must go hand in hand with the awareness of the protecting resources, and therefore, in order to regenerate the aquatic resources, the people need to raise awareness and responsibility in exploiting aquatic products, absolutely not using electric pools and other prohibited fishing gear when fishing to protect the aquatic resources and the ecological environment also. The sub-department will continue to advise the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development to coordinate with the local authorities and functional agencies in addition to propaganda and mobilization work. It will continue to inspect and strictly handle this behavior. The law stipulates that not only agricultural sector is concerned with this, but here it is assigned to authorities on level to have the authority to prevent and punish this behavior. And if we do well in the locality, it will certainly be effective. In the coming time, we will continue to advise the Principal Committee to clearly assign tasks and even hold the local government accountable if destructive fishing occurs openly in the area. From 2019 to now, the functional sector of the non-private has released over 1.9 million fingerlings and over 46,000 giant freshwater spawns into Yachting Lake, with a total cost of over 2.3 billion Vietnam dong. And in order to ensure the livelihood of the people, especially the fishermen, the authorities on level needs to be more drastic in thoroughly handling the problems of destructive fishing, linking it with job convention, creating suitable livelihoods, supporting the fishermen during the ban of fishing, etc. Only then can we help to ensure the sustainability of the natural aquatic resources.
Turn to other remarkable domestic news. Ladies and gentlemen, in the first 8 months of the year, Vietnam's rice export reached nearly $3.85 billion, up 21.7%. Export output reached nearly 6.16 million tons, up 5.9%.
According to Vietnam Food Association, domestic rice prices recorded steady growth as businesses focused on increasing purchases to serve the export orders in the last month of the year, as well as actively expanding to new markets such as Middle East, Africa, South America, Japan, and Korea, etc. And with this growth momentum, it is forecasted that the Vietnam export this year could reach from 7.6 to 8 million tons, only more than $5 billion, a new record for the crop industry.
According to the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, the United States has surpassed China to become the largest importer of Vietnamese agricultural, forestry, and fishery products in the first 8 months of this year. Specifically, total export turnover to the United States reached $8.58 billion, accounting for 21.4% of total turnover and increasing by 23.5% over the same period last year. Meanwhile, export to China reached $8.17 billion, accounting for 20.4% of total turnover and increasing by 10.2%.
And the Ministry of Transport has submitted to the Government Party Committee the North-South High-Speed Railway project to submit to the Police Bureau for comments. The Ministry is continuing to urgently complete the project's pre-feasibility study report to strive to submit to the National Assembly for consideration and decision on investment policy at the upcoming October session. The North-South High-Speed Railway project has a length of 1,541 kilometers, proposed to be invested with a turbo track scale 1,435 mm over 1 meter and 4 meters square. Electrification and infrastructure resides at a speed of 350 km per hour. According to current calculations, the total investment for the project is about $67 billion, mainly using public investment capital. The route will start from Ngọc Hoi Station at Hanoi City, pass through 20 provincial cities, and end at Thủ Thiêm Station in Ho Chi Minh City. And there are 23 passenger stations on the entire route, with an average distance of about 67 kilometers, 5 freight stations connected to the freight hubs.
Petroleum is a commodity that connects many others. especially to the international markets. According to the calculations of the Ministry of Finance, in the price structure, the world petroleum price accounts for 64 to 72%. Therefore, one of the key issues in the upcoming petroleum business decrease is to return the principles in the market mechanism. From 2000 original, the government has developed 5 degrees to perfect the management and organization of petroleum business, but it still has to be continuously revised due to many shortcomings, in which the bottleneck is the price issue. I think that the most important issue in developing the petroleum decree is that it correctly replaces the state's will in the fact that this is a commodity managed by the state. The second part is also guaranteed to be the strong transition of this commodity to a market mechanism with state management. The third part is to create a legal framework to so that the organization of petroleum business is very transparent. Petroleum products also do not completely comply with the pure law of supply and demand, but have long been separated from the law of supply and demand, depending heavily on geopolitics. Therefore, the management of petroleum prices cannot be separated from international prices. However, the state's non-intervention does not mean letting things float, but has tools to regulate. In a competitive market, if we can master the issue of price under strict control, under the inspection of the management system of local authorities, we think this will be successful. To make the petroleum market healthy, the Ministry of Industry and Trade is researching and consulting on the establishment of a petroleum trading floor. Experts say that the establishment of a floor will make the trading of petroleum clear, public and transparent in terms of quantity, price and quality. What is necessary now is to create a clear and complete legal system as a foundation for the sustainable development of the market. To ensure the transparency and efficiency of petroleum market, it is extremely necessary to add regulations related to the derivative instruments in the new decree. Supporting the view that it is necessary to amend the shortcomings in Decree number 83 on petroleum management, experts say that amending management policies must focus on changing the mechanism. The management mechanism should be subject to market tools to let the markets regulate. The businesses should let themselves determine the business price. And today, TTV News wraps up now. Thank you for your attention and see you in the next program.